consider a lot more than I do. I just get the thing rolling, stick a filter on afterwards.
Yeah, I think I'm overthinking it too much. Let's just get in there and do it.
Okay.
Should you learn hypnosis? Stay tuned.
Who could do strange and interesting things?
Like kick the wind up really
yeah.
hard?
That's
Right, you start getting into it. Hey, this is Damon from NLP Gym, and I'm here with James Tripp from Chaos Wave.
Thank you for having me here.
And we're in Las Vegas. You can see some of the palm trees behind us, but I have those back in California too. Anyway, if you want these videos on a regular basis, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel, and let's get into this. James has a YouTube channel that you should definitely check out. He has some wonderful videos on hypnosis, but as I started to talk to him, I found out that his actual background is in NLP.
Yeah.
So I was expecting to have this like showdown with him here in Vegas. We were gonna fight it out, you know, NLP versus hypnosis, but turns out we're on the same side here.
Yeah, we are. We're definitely on the same side. I mean, for me, in a lot of ways, I know there's a lot of different definitions out there for NLP. There's a lot of different definitions for hypnosis, but in my world, there's so much overlap. And I think if you're going to get good at either, I mean, really good, if that's your mission to get. I always say to people, you know, if you're going to go for something, you may as well go set a high bar for yourself. And I think it's worth approaching both from both angles. That's my view on that.
Yeah, when I did my first hypnosis training, I had done 2 NLP practitioner trainings, and when I did that hypnosis training, it really just blew the lid off of NLP for me. Like, I understood NLP in a way that I had never understood it, and from that point on, I would always recommend that people at least take one course in the hypnosis. And actually, that's why I'm here, is to take James's workshop, which is a boot camp, not a workshop. So some serious stuff. We're going to get dirty in this one, right?
We're going to drill those skills. Yeah.
Cool. For our NLP practitioners who are watching, what would they get out of a workshop like the one you're going to teach starting tomorrow?
The way I teach hypnosis is all about leading people directly into altered experiences of reality, and that might be something like, you know, a state of competence where previously it wasn't there. But it might be some of those classic hypnotic phenomena things like a hand stick or a name amnesia, something like that. I always loved playing with classic hypnotic phenomena using a more NLP approach. How can we take someone directly into an experience of not being able to remember their name, or directly into an experience of seeing something that isn't there, without having to go through all this trance induction stuff, which is the kind of classic way, and actually isn't required. So my whole angle is about what I call the precision elicitation of hypnotic phenomena, taking somebody directly into experiences using language and communication. If you look at, you get all this in NLP, and in NLP you learn to look for feedback, you learn sensory acuity to see how things are shifting and changing. One of the wonderful things about using hypnotic phenomena as a way of developing your skills is you get really obvious feedback. If you're taking someone into an experience of their hand stuck, well, it's either sticking or it isn't. So you don't have to look for anything too subtle. Something is either something really vivid is happening or it isn't. I think another thing is once you develop the skills and competence to do that, it gives you a lot of certainty in everything else. Like just kind of shifting people's state a little bit. Once you've got them into a place where they can not access their name anymore, it seems like a smaller challenge. You see what I mean? So I find playing with the phenomena stuff really useful for developing skills, but also developing what people might call confidence. Although I've got an issue with that word, but we'll get into that somewhere else.
One of the things I feel like they don't spend enough time on in a NLP training, whether it's practitioner or even master practitioner, is pacing and leading. It's kind of like this thing that you learn a little bit in one day or even a half day, and then you're off. But in the hypnosis training that I did, everything is pacing and leading. You know, the pacing is so hypnotic, because what you're having the person do is you're just saying things that they already know, can already access, they can't disagree with, and when you learn it in that basic level, then you take it into a little bit more complexity, like with some of the NLP frames and processes. When you start with that, when you go very basic like that and really practice that in, then it makes the NLP so much more powerful. That was my experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And for my approach to hypnosis, I always call it hypnosis without trance. And what that means is you don't have to do that classic trance induction, putting someone into a special state called trance. isn't what has them respond to the suggestions. People respond to suggestions all the time.
Right.
They cannot not respond to suggestions. So the point is to bypass this idea of trance, but it's to work with the person as they are showing up in the moment. This means pacing and leading is the foundation for everything. And when I teach the Hypnosis Skills Bootcamp, the first thing I do is I teach pacing and leading, but I teach it non-verbally. So non-verbal pacing and leading is the start point. That's another thing I'll say about hypnosis and NLP is I love language. I love the way language can shape, can lead people conceptually, seed ideas, shape experience. But when I teach hypnosis, I actually start with the non-verbals first. So non-verbal communication is primary. If you can get people, you can pace and lead non-verbally. You can start shifting people into states, moving the direction of their attention and thinking non-verbally first. When you judiciously add language in, you get a lot more congruence, a lot more resonance in your communication. So I tend to do it the other way around from a lot of the ways that many people approach both hypnosis and NLP, which, again, I love language, I love the power of language, but my definition of hypnosis that I always give is the use of language and communication to direct attention, lead cognition, and seed ideas for the purpose of leading someone into an altered experience of reality.
All right, well, you're getting me really excited about tomorrow.
It's going to be a fantastic 2 days.
What would you say is the difference between conversational hypnosis and NLP?
I don't know. and that's my honest answer, because it depends on who you ask as to what NLP is. I've trained with a fair number of people in NLP, and they all tell me NLP is a different thing. John Grinder tells me NLP is modeling, and it's just modeling, and that's absolutely fine, and everything else is a byproduct of NLP. I probably don't have the right to do this, but I disagree with John Grinder.
So do I.
On this. In that, what people know of as NLP is this stuff that, yes, has come from modeling. So again, I just think it's a different name for different things. Maybe conversational hypnosis is a part of NLP.
That's what I feel like it is.
Right, and NLP is broader than that because it includes the modeling, it includes some overt processes and these sorts of things which you can't really call conversational. So I would say that if I had to conceptualize it, I'd put conversational hypnosis in as a subcategory. And when I originally learned NLP, that was the thing that got me. It was the modeling to a degree, or it was the idea that you could model. That changed my life. That seriously changed my life. The idea that who I am is not some fixed, innate thing.
I just did a video on that. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
I mean, when I say it changed my life, I am not taking that lightly. I mean it. The idea that, people are a collection of patterns. I can change my patterns. I can change my patterning. So that was a huge game changer for me. But when it came to the kind of more practical side, the doing side, very early on my decision was that I was going to master the conversational hypnosis piece. So I was actually a conversational hypnotist way before I started eliciting hypnotic phenomena and doing that kind of thing, which is partly why when I then later went to learn from direct hypnotists, old school direct hypnotists, I liked the results they were getting, but I hated the way they were doing it. Because I like this conversational approach. I like to be able to sit down quietly with somebody and use elegant communication to lead them directly into experiences, to shift their states directly. That's what I like to do. So I decided, well, I'm going to do this hypnotic phenomena stuff, but more conversationally. And actually that's what marked out the Hypnosis Without Trance approach. The reason I originally started to do a video blog on it was because I used to do street hypnosis. And all the other street hypnotists thought you had to pull people's arms and shout sleep, and put them into deep trance states in order to get these phenomena happening. And I was sitting down at a coffee shop table and having a conversation with somebody, and their hand would start to stick to the table. And all these other street hypnotists are saying, how the hell are you doing that? How is that possible to do? And I'm like, well, because we're using our language and communication to directly lead and shape experience. We don't need this whole trance ritual thing. And it had enough interest, enough people were curious about that I started video blogging on it, and it kind of took off from there. But it's really grounded in that NLP, conversational hypnosis sort of approach. I'm a pragmatist and a creator and not a scholar. So I'm not interested in what is correct in NLP. I couldn't give a crap what's correct correct in NLP, what is or isn't NLP, or is or isn't hypnosis. I'm just interested in stuff that works and stuff that I can take and I can play with and get results with. Really, I just do the juju that I do, and carry on exploring, carry on learning, and I love the stuff. Whether it's called hypnosis, NLP, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever works.
Yeah, that's what fascinates me.
All right, check out my website, nlp-gym.com. There you will find some free NLP training as well as some hypnotic inductions you can download right away and start using immediately. Remember to check out James's channel. Go ahead and tell them where to find you.
Yeah, if you want to find me on YouTube, I'm on James Tripp Chaos Wave on YouTube. I have a website as well if you're interested in hypnosis, which is www.hypnosiswithouttrance.com. And you can get on there my free report, Hypnosis Beyond the Trance Myth, which will tell you why you do not need trance inductions to get deep trance phenomena.
Yeah, make sure you check out his content. He does amazing work and he really knows what he's doing. I could spot that from the first video that I saw of yours. I started watching his videos and they're really, really good stuff. He gives a ton of value. If you like this video, please click like right down here and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Take care.
The wind's gone now, so we don't get to know how this works with the wind.
But it's going to kick back up as soon as you start making a really good point.
Probably,
yeah.
We're going to do
this, and then